Hey guys, this is Frozen Wish Studios here, and welcome back to another video. And Pixar month on my channel continues. Now let's talk about the entire franchise. And as you saw the title of the video, you already know what you're in for. Now, as of right now, as I'm recording this, Inside 2 has become the highest grossing movie of the year in general, dethroning Dune Part 2. And yeah, making already 700 million, and it's slated to make $1 billion by July, by the 4th of July weekend. Yeah, fingers crossed this movie makes $1 billion when Despicable Me 4 comes out, to prevent Despicable Me 4 from stealing this movie's records, because it's likely going to happen if Inside 2 doesn't make $1 billion. But yeah, I honestly saw it coming. I knew that Despicable Me, that Inside 2 what could make $1 billion. I kind of saw it coming, and I know people are going to say, "Oh, Inside 2 won't be that successful. It's not going to make that much." I knew it actually. I kind of saw it coming. And yeah, I've been getting a lot of predictions right this year. I knew that Furiosa was going to be a critical success, but wouldn't do so great at the box office. I predicted that the Garfield movie was going to suck, and I told people it sucked before the reviews are out, and they were right. I predicted that Despicable Me 4 was going to get mixed reviews. And it looks like I'm right, because it's pretty divisive right now. And so yeah, I mean, it's been awesome that I've been getting a bunch of predictions right this year. And speaking of predictions, this is a predictions video I'm doing. Now, yeah, since Inside 2 is a huge success, like the biggest success of the year so far, and it's going to be the first 2024 blockbuster to reach $1 billion. I'm very sure that Pixar is going to make an Inside 3, and I think that Inside 3 would actually be necessary. If Inside 2 is necessary, Inside 3 is necessary. As long as they stop at 3 and don't pull off a Toy Story 4. So Inside 3 is most likely going to happen, and I have actually pitched an idea for Inside 3. So yeah, I'm going to be sharing with you guys what I think my idea for Inside 3 would be. Now, I actually posted an idea on Instagram, but however, with this version, I kind of made a few additions to the plot. So yeah, I'm going to be explaining it here. So yeah, without further ado, if you want to know my idea for Inside 3, then just keep watching. So now, as for some of the crew of this film, first, before we get into the plot, it'll focus on the plot, but I want to talk about who's going to do direct and star in it. So, Inside 3 will be directed. My choice of director for Inside 3. Okay, well, just like with Inside 2, this will be we'll have a new director. Just like that. The first Inside movie was directed by Pete Docter, and the second one was directed by Kelsey Mann. Which by the way, I personally would want Kelsey Mann to direct an original Pixar film. I honestly would want him to direct the upcoming Ducks musical. I think Kelsey Mann should direct that film. But as for Inside 3, my pick for who should direct it is Lee Unkrich. Okay, now, I already mentioned that in my Toy Story 3 review, but for those of you who did not see my Toy Story 3 video, I said there that I want Lee Unkrich to direct Inside 3, and yes, I think he should direct it. And as for the new voice cast, there are going to be 3. The 3 of them will be Sadie Sink, Haley Steinfeld, and Anya Taylor-Joy. I think those are the new actresses who I want to see in this film. So yeah. Now on to what I think the plot for Inside 3 should be about. So, I actually have it written down here. I'm going to read it word by word. So, considering that this film is directed by Lee Unkrich, Inside 3 is going to take the Toy Story 3 approach, where Riley becomes an adult now, and The film is going to take place 25 years, yes, 25 years after the second film, which means that Riley is going to be in her mid 30s. Riley is now a mother with a daughter who is 11 years old, the same 11 years old, pretty much just like just like Riley's age in the first film, which pretty much pays homage to Riley in that film. And her daughter has autism. Yeah, as an adult, Riley's team, including Val, Grace, and Brie, yeah, apparently, all of them and pretty much everybody we saw in the team in the first film, but in the second film, I actually forgot the name of the hockey team. Oh yeah, Fire Sticks. Pretty much everybody in the Fire Sticks team, plus Val and Grace, have who have joined the the Fire Stick team after the events of Inside Out 2. The Fire Sticks has become the grand champion of hockey, and pretty much Riley has grown up becoming the grand champion of hockey, and she pretty much focuses her life on hockey more than being a mother. While her husband is pretty much the one babysitting the daughter. By the way, I did not come up with a name for the daughter, if anyone's wondering. But Sadie Sink will voice the daughter. That's the best I'll say. However, Riley's husband has passed away due to sickness. Now, I'm not sure with what kind of sickness, but it has to be like something safe. Like, well, the movie won't, or maybe since this is a family film, the movie won't say what kind of sickness it is. It might be like cancer, but I think seeing a cancer in a film like this would be a little bit too far. Riley's husband has passed away, and so it's up to Riley to raise her daughter as a single mom, which is a lot harder than she thinks. Yeah. So even though Riley is a champion of hockey, like a grand champion, she pretty much takes a break from playing hockey. And so she pretty much, as the Fire Sticks continue the game, Riley chooses to not join the team in order to focus on taking care of her daughter. As much as the movie will still focus on Riley's mind, the film will also give a brief depiction on what the mind of a dead person would look like, where everything around the mind, including the emotions themselves, will fade, similar to how Bing Bong and the old memories faded as seen in the first film. Yeah, so that's pretty much how the mind would be like when someone dies. And the movie will also show how an autistic mind functions, because while it will function differently, I actually have no idea how to describe it. It wouldn't really take me to describe how the mind would look like for an autistic person, but it'll be different. The movie will introduce 3 new emotions. Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude. Yeah, it's spelled SCHADD and okay, well, I'll just put it on the text here. But Schadenfreude, shame, and guilt. All 3 emotions turn out to be villains, and not like how anxiety and envy were in the second film, but they're going to be legit villains, like evil villains. All 3 emotions are pretty much affecting Riley's life. Schadenfreude is an evil version of joy, as that word means joy of mispleasure, meaning while joy is meant to be like happy joy, positive joy, Schadenfreude is negative joy. That's what it means. So she's like the real main villain, the evil one. Schadenfreude will be voiced by Anya Taylor-Joy. Anya Taylor-Joy. Shame and guilt are twins, one male and one female. Haley Steinfeld will voice that one. I'm not sure who will be the male, and guilt will be a male. I'm not sure who will voice Guilt, but Shame will be a villain, and Shame will be a female, and Haley Steinfeld will voice Shame. Will voice Shame. And yeah, Joy sadness discuss fear, anger, anxiety, envy, ennui, and embarrassment. Yeah, all the emotions in the previous one. Which, by the way, they will keep the voice acting. There will be no voice acting replacements for them. They now all emotions must kick them out of the headquarters, knowing that they don't belong in Riley's head. But all 12 emotions in the film accidentally get sucked out of the headquarters, leaving Riley to become emotionless, which leads her to become pretty much uncaring for her daughter, and she pretty much has some soulless emotions, Blanca, and she doesn't really pay attention to things, and can't really think well. And so yeah, in the climax, Riley's daughter goes missing, so Riley must search for her. While the nine emotions must stop the three evil emotions. Since the three of them try to go back to headquarters, pretty much all the emotions are race against each other to get back to headquarters, while like they fight against each other. The 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 villains get defeated. How they get defeated is that they get thrown into the forgotten pit that we saw in Silent One, and immediately get erased, get wiped out. And yeah, so the control room is being saved by no, wait. As they get back into the control room, they see that the control room is going haywire and going blank, similar to how it is in the first film. But yeah, nostalgia, who was being teased throughout the second film, comes into the picture and saves the emotions, saves the headquarters. As pretty much yeah, Riley. This makes Riley just think about her past life. Like when specifically at the time when she got married to her new husband, and her daughter was born, all that stuff. And all the times that she cared for her daughter before becoming a grand hockey champion. And so yeah. And so yeah. In the end, Riley's life as a single mother to a daughter becomes easier, and the two form a new kind of relationship. Yeah, but at the same time, yeah, Riley goes back to playing hockey with a team, and she once again plays plays like a major game where her team once again wins, and she teaches her daughter on how to play hockey, and then Riley sends her daughter to hockey camp years later. And so yeah, and then they both also move in with Riley's parents, who pretty much have become old age now, like as old as Carl Fredricksen. And so yeah, that's all for that's everything I have in store for my idea for Inside Out 3. So yeah, that's all for it. What are your thoughts? So yeah, that's all for my predictions for Inside Out 3. And yeah. Now, I was going to mention this in my intro, but I forgot to, so I'll mention it here. Yeah, Inside Out 2 just keeps constantly getting better and better. The more I think about it, and I think that and it's actually now my second favorite movie of the year so far, second only behind Furiosa. And yes, I now prefer it over Dune Part 2, making it the best sequel of the year thus far. Since Furiosa is technically a prequel. So yeah, what are your thoughts on my idea for Inside Out 3? Do you think this is the perfect idea for Inside Out 3 that Pixar should take notes of? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my ideas for Incredibles 3. So yeah, bye guys.